Hey guys, Jerry here and welcome back to Banished. Since last time, not a lot of things has happened. I've planned out 2 more houses up here and that really is it. So we continue pretty much exactly where we left off. Now, to start with, I think what we want to do is get rid of this hunting cabin here. We don't use it, so there's no reason to have it here. Besides, it's also in the way because I want to make... I think we basically, what I want to do is focus on some of these achievements that you see on the list here. That is pretty much like the point of the game at this point in time. That pretty much is just completing one of these achievements. That's what you really should be doing. We've seen all the buildings, we've seen all the different jobs in function, we've done a lot of trading, we have survived near famines or different scares and such. So now it's just for me at least, it's a matter of just, you know, trying to push what we can do, what we can achieve. And that means a bunch of different stuff. It means increasing the various limits on our resource collecting, so we can support a higher population. Like I've just increased the food limit to 15,000 as well, so that hopefully this harvest here that's coming up in next year or next autumn, it won't go to waste. So yeah, getting these achievements I think is gonna be the big thing, and I think one of the more fun ones to do potentially could be the one that involves animals, like getting a lot of animals. So if we have a look at it quickly, find it somewhere on the list here. Food variety, no. Foodie. This one could actually be... This one we could actually do. We just need to basically get more hunters up and going. I think we have pretty much everything else. Well, we need 2 more orchards as well. But there is the livestock here. 60 cattle, 75 sheep and 180 chickens. Now you can see 16 sheep in a pen this size, 42 chickens here, so we would need quite a few animal pens, but we have the space to do that. It's not a big deal, we can do that. It would take some time, of course, and in the meantime a lot of the other achievements would get closer and closer, but just to have something to aim for, I think the animal achievement there could be quite interesting. So I'm gonna suggest that we do that one. Now we have all the animals secured, like we have 1 of each, just like Noah. Well, we have more than 2 of each, and we have proven that they are fertile. They're no longer firing blanks, which means that of course we can actually do these, like we can split them up into several pastures, have them grow up in there. It's just a matter of, you know, planning them out and getting them built. Right now we're trying to build a couple more stone houses so we can grow our population a bit. We have a quite nice food surplus, especially like if we look here in the town hall, you can see, okay, winter season is kind of hard, but or summer is kind of hard, then the harvest comes along and we have plenty of food for a while, and slowly it's climbing up. Like the steady state amount of food we have is pretty decent. So yeah. We can do this. Like you can see, we've used 14,000 food in a year, we've produced 17,000, so we can afford a couple more people. Which means also that if nomads do come in, I can actually accept them again. But yeah, to start, I think we should get started on the animals here. Now of course there are these houses here which we're kind of still waiting for to be built. There is this one here that I've decommissioned, ordered to be demolished. And yeah, that's I think pretty much going to be it for now. Getting these things, let's focus on getting these things done before we start the next thing. Actually, no, maybe did the Mansell clear out the area here? Yeah, they did. Okay, so we can plan out a pasture. So pasture, let's see, food resources, pasture. There we are. Now, I figure we should just try and make these as big as possible. There is of course the well up here being in the way potentially. So I don't know if we want to just... How big is that going to be? 14. Alright. And what if we start over here so we have room for a... How big is it actually here? It's 29, so we can make one 15. wide and one 14 wide. So we could do 14 by 15 here, and then 14 by 14 next to it. Is that going to be a strange size? How big are these other ones? This one 15 by 17, that's kind of big. This one 20 by 13. And they'll be about the same size, really. So let's make this one 15 by 14. And then have one 14 by 14 here. Actually, let's make this one 14 by 15 as well. And then we can plan out some roads. The reason I decided to make that one slightly bigger is that the road here will then come out from the middle of the well. Like this. And it'll fit perfectly. Again, I'm just trying to like make maximum use of the land we have, while also making room for roads so that we can move people around. Like, as our town is getting spread thinner and thinner, we need to be able to move people around. If we can't do that, then it's going to be a problem. Now, we don't really have much food production left over here. We have a couple of chickens here, so the guys who live here, I think they're having a longer distance to travel to actually reach any sort of food supply station. I don't know if we could potentially build a marketplace over here, or whether we should consider getting some. Yeah, we might consider putting some more food production over here. We do have the hunters here, of course, which are producing a bunch, and I think they are delivering to this one. But then again, the marketplace over here is stealing a bunch of stuff, which leaves these houses over here kind of unsupplied. And there's not a lot I can do about that, because there's no room to build a marketplace. We have a trader visiting. What do you sell? You sell eggs, chickens, berries, and pumpkins. Do we want to buy some berries, maybe? Or some pumpkins, just to get some food variation? Like, it wouldn't really... It would only be for food variation. Like, there's no other reason to do so. Berries, of course, we use for making alcohol, so maybe if we get 500 berries for... Can we get all 2,000 maybe? How much firewood do we have? We can sell 600 worth. We can also trade some of these herbs, so our herbalist can actually have something to do. And then let's just go down to 1800 here. There we go. Now our herbalist, we have 2 of them, yeah, they are working. And apparently the limit is 500. So I think they've been kind of slacking off in restocking, but whatever. We got plenty of berries for the tavern to make alcohol with now. To keep people happy, you know. So, food has reached 16,000, which means everyone has stopped working. I'm just gonna set it up to 20 then. I think we have enough storage barns to carry 20,000, do we? We have some room there. Well, we don't have room there, we have room in this one, yeah. Potentially, I should build another storage barn over here. Might not be such a bad idea. I think we have room for it right there. Ravinia, the stonecutter, was crushed by a rock. How sad. Not a lot I can do about it. My condolences. Yeah, we can fit in another storage barn here, so I think I'm gonna do that. I think that's a decent location. It's sort of in between everything, close enough to the food production that it's not inconvenient. And as you can see, we have a bunch of farmers who have moved out here, which is kind of good. They've also started making children. Now, of course, the market out here is not really, you know, providing food for that many yet, but hopefully it'll come. I just think at this point in time, making wooden houses is just not feasible. Like, it's really not needed. They consume more fuel. People are supposedly less happy with the live them. I don't know, but stone houses are a lot more expensive. But we have the resources to do it. And I also think there's actually one of the achievements to have a certain number of stone houses. It's, again, I know it might end up being a bit annoying that I have this focus on the achievements, but basically those are the goals of the game. Is there? There has to be one with Master Builder. This one we could potentially do as well very easily. There's just like a lot of just sacrifice a lot of resources. We do have a lot of resources to do this. So established. Not sure we can do that. Ready for anything? 2,000 fuel, 2,000 wood, 500 stone. This one we could do. Build a house with 100 stone houses. Yeah, that one. This one we're actually working on. This one we're also working on. So if that just goes, if we just follow as we are now, then we should get these two at the same time. Like, we are very happy. We're above 100 citizens. We're also very healthy. So no problems there. Average happiness max. Couldn't be better. So yeah, it's just a matter of, you know, keeping up what we're doing. All right, first pasture is done. Now, let us get some more sheep. And then we're gonna split this one. So half of them can move in here. And then we need to get a couple more herdsmen going. Now, we don't really have, as far as I can tell, or... let's immediately actually set the log limit here up to 2,000. That was one of the things. Never stop producing wood. Do we have a bunch of students? Are any of those close enough to getting adults, becoming adults? I'm hoping so, because I really don't want to take like people away from the farming duties. Farming is pretty important. The same goes with the miners and the stone cutters. Like, if we stop producing stone and such, well, it'll be difficult for us to do a lot of other stuff. Whatever. Stuffs. Alright, split this one. Get the cattle over there. We've reached the tool limit, 500. Well, we do still have a lot of iron and coal and such, and we do use them for trade as well, so yeah, increase that a bit. Now, of course, the trading post here is stealing all the herbs that we produce, because the herbalists over here are really slow at gathering them, apparently. There we go, achievement unlocked. Smiles all around and healthy. Alright, those are the ones I mentioned. Having 100 citizens, having them very healthy and very happy for 10 years. So, alright, well, that was a bit too quick. I'm not going to end the series right now. Don't worry. We shall wait until we get one of the slightly more difficult achievements. Like this one was just too simple, too easy. It just happened right there. So, what are we building right now? We're not building anything right now. That means we can afford to start some more stone houses. Yeah, let's just get them up here. 2 more. I'm also wondering whether we should split the herbalists up so we have one working, like one of them working over here, along with the gatherers. I think I don't know. Either herbs just grow really slowly, or they're really slow at collecting them. Like, there's a bunch of them over here, so a bit further away. I don't know if it makes sense to just kind of have the herbalist out in the middle of the forest. Well, it kind of is, but... the other option, of course, being to go down here across the bridge, where we have the Forester's Lodge. But as we saw earlier with the Forester's Lodge, when trees are getting cut down, the herbs tend to not really be there for the herbalist to collect. So I think the better choice is actually to move it sort of deeper into the woods here, really. Like, you can see a lot of little green stuff being around here. There's also a lot of berries and such for the gatherers, but again, their range is kind of limited. And because we keep encroaching on their territory, the amount of stuff they can actually collect keeps getting reduced. Yeah, with both of these pastures split, then hopefully they will start growing rapidly. We also need to split a chicken pasture and get those breeding again. The question is though where we want to put them. We do have room over here now. Let's just quickly measure out here. So if we do one house, I'm just gonna put them, because why not? So if we do this, and then build a road here connecting onto this one, then we can kind of see how much space we have. So let's get the next pasture. We actually have enough laborers now to get a couple more of these guys in. So what is the biggest pasture we can do? 20 by 20, that's pretty damn big. But it does seem that like the larger you can make them, the more efficient they work. Like that's sort of the thing we're going for here. So yeah, let's just keep going on that, making them as big as we can. Now this field I'm actually quite happy with this field. It kind of looks like one big field here. Of course, with the way they harvest from this way down, it ends up being split up again once harvest season comes around. But it looks quite nice, just connected like that. The church is still within capacity. We have 134 members of it, although it is getting quite far away from, well, part of the population, the ones living up here. Not a big deal we can do about that, except building another church, which of course would bring us closer to the Master Builder achievement. But it will also require us to have an extra cleric, and someone else just died. I think 24. Like, I think I like to keep at least one guy just as a laborer. Just so there is someone to replace if someone just dies all of a sudden. And someone just grew up again, so we can get the last herdsman in. And then someone else died, so we can get rid of that again. Micromanagement. It's gonna be nice when the population is so big that we just can keep a couple of laborers without ever having to worry about it, because, well, yeah, there's enough people growing up to replace the old and spent ones. Damn, harvest has begun. Let's see if we get up to the new food limit. And another stone house being built here. We still have a lot of farmers working up here. Another one was crossed by a rock. These stonecutters just love getting crossed by rocks, don't they? Alright, walnut seeds. Do we have walnuts? Let us have a look. Check with the town hall trade items. Do we have walnuts? No, we don't. That's a new one. Alright, so it's worth buying them. Let us do that, actually. Spend that. Do we want to sell some firewood as well? Yeah, let's do that. Let's sell mostly firewood and then cut this one down to 170. There we go. Walnuts. We now have walnuts. Again, we still need more orchards to actually, you know, try and use all these different bushes and foods and such. Actually, hold on. Did this just so happen to match up? Yes, it did. Impressive. So, apparently I just managed to plan this out randomly so that the road here can continue up and we can have a bunch of orchards on the side. Without problems. Very, very impressive, actually. I'm kind of surprised about that. So this road can just go up like this. Look at listen to all the logs, all the trees falling. Listen to the logs. Jerry, 2014. It's the sound of industry. It's the sound of progress. It's the sound of people getting crushed by rocks. Over and over again. So if we were to get the food, the food, what's it called? The well-stocked achievement. No, not the well-stocked. The food, like collecting food from all the different sources achievement. Let's deal with that. Stay with that. So we're producing 15,000 foods. I was kind of hoping we could see exactly what the food was being produced from, but I guess that's not an issue, not a thing. Well, last season for fish we had 1,300, almost 1,400 there, and almost the same there. So we have 2,000 fish per season at least. Gatherers, one of them alone gathers 2,000, so that's fine as well. Farms, definitely 2,000 per year. Pastures, let's have a look in just this one. You see this one gives about 600 or so. 700. This one does give thousands. Yeah, with the new pastures, once they fill up, we'll have that at least. So now we just need to get the orchards done as well. If we are to get the 2,000 there, and then we should have 2,000 food from every single source in a year. That's actually going to be quite... That's quite impressive. Well, we don't have to hunt the hunters, I think. The hunters are still... Like, we have these guys here. 800. If we get one more hunter fully manned, we can be getting 2,000 from... Yeah. One more hunter fully manned. That should do the trick for us. Now, the question is where the hunters actually... Like, where the game is. There is some over here. There is... Yeah, well, they can cross the river. That's cheating. We could put a hunter over here. Like, there is... Guys, over here. Yeah, I think maybe a hunter over here would be a good place for it. Just keep it, like, all the way over here by the mountain. Yeah, let's do that. And continue the road from here. Let's see, that's where the road is. There we go. Just sent that all the way over there. Now we do still have an issue of I won't say a labor shortage, but a labor division. All right, chickens, split this one. We have like we need to get more hunters and more herdsmen to actually like deal with all these new food buildings that we're making, which is why it would be absolutely perfect if some nomads arrived right now, because we do have enough. We do have enough food to supply them all. I'm just wondering if we can actually deal with a couple less miners, and then yeah, we can actually. Let's go with this. Keep 2 builders. I think that's gonna be good. At the moment, we can, if we really wanted to, we could use all the stone and such we built, but like we've been on a pretty insane building spree right now, and we still haven't managed to like completely get rid of our resources. So I guess that's a pretty good sign. I still want to get a couple more orchards in here, so we can, you know, get the remaining. Like if we can put out 600 apples a season from one of these, that's not really a lot actually. And considering how many farmers this needs, like I'm hoping that these farmers, they kind of, you know, swap around where they're needed the most, rather than just, you know, nope, I'm not gonna help you harvest because my own trees have my own orchard has nothing to do for me. Like that's one of my worst fears, is that's how they think. But we'll see. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this episode. Again, we're just kind of trying to really get our population growing here. We have the food to support it, so we really should get it done. And we're working towards some achievement. We actually got a couple, so that's nice. But yeah, it's business as usual in Banished. I'm Jerry, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye.